Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, I've got some very, very good news, and some, honestly, not great kind of bad news to share about the Pokémon trading card game. And I'm going to start with the bad news here so we can finish on a high, and also because it is, well, it's kind of big news, but I'm sure it will end up being okay in the end. You see, ladies and gentlemen, it turns out that the V-Union products, and let's face it, they are the things we are most looking forward to seeing, well, they've gone and been delayed. And that's a little bit sad, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen. That's a little bit sad. The lovely Primal Lugia over at Poker Guardian did go and send a tweet out earlier today and has gone and got the news, and unfortunately the news is that the release date of the special card set V-Union has been changed from July the 30th to August the 20th, 2021. Now, that's not a huge delay by any stretch of the imagination, but it is frankly more of a delay than I wanted. This is the next big thing in the Pokemon trading card game. This is the next really huge announcement, the big exciting thing, the next new type of card, the next real change to how we're going to play the card game, both casually and competitively. And unfortunately, well, we're going to have to wait about another month to get them, which is genuinely a little bit sad. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it does mean we'll see them later. I mean, we're sitting here in the middle of May as it stands at the moment. We were probably going to be shown these fairly quickly. Why has a delay happened? I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen, you know this by now. We have been living for the past, well, over a year in very much pandemic times, and unfortunately that has led to lots of working from home, lots of delays, etc. I'm not saying this is the reason, I don't know is the honest answer, but I am saying it's as good a reason as any, and it's fairly likely that might be the reason. It could be a million other things, of course. It may well just be that in the same way I sit down some mornings and rearrange my upload schedule because I think this works better, Pokemon might just be rearranging their products because it makes more sense to them to release these V-Union a month down the line. Either way, we have to wait for now, and that is a little bit sad. V-Union, if you have forgotten, is a new type of card, product, whatever, that we don't know a huge amount about. Now, I have done a prediction video about this. I'll try and remember to link it in the description, but it's different to what we've seen so far, put it that way. There are 3 different ones we've got: Mewtwo, Zacian, and Greninja. And when you buy them, you basically get, well, it's listed as 1 times promo card, 1 set of 4 cards. And that, of course, has led to a whole bunch of speculation as to whether these might be some kind of combination card. I mean, we could go back to, say, Rayquaza Deoxys Legend. We could go for any of the legends. I don't know, that's the first one that came to my head. There we go. And they were cards back in the Heart Gold Soul Silver era where you would essentially have to have both halves in your hand and then play them down at the same time as essentially one Pokemon. Could be something along those lines. It could be something like Mega EXs, whereby you play down one and you put one on top. Now, it's unlikely to be because, of course, Mega EXs really are very much just like VMAXs. But the point is, we don't actually know. We do know that you don't get these individually, you get them as sets of 4 cards. Now that does not, and let's be perfectly clear here, that does not mean that all 4 cards go to the V-Union Pokemon. Although obviously remember the language of union is to join things together, so that does give more credence to it is some kind of card fusion mechanic they're playing around with. But basically here, it could just be a set of 4 cards, it could be a V-Union card and 3 cards that support it. We honestly don't know at this stage. Now, with those sets, you do also get one new supporter card that is supposed to be a very, very good card. It is supposed to help V-Union Pokemon in battle, which is kind of interesting. And remember, and this is worth repeating because I've seen a few people stating this incorrectly, this is not a new set, and it is not a set of theme decks. So the other day I showed you the Inteleon and Gengar VMAX high class decks that are coming out over in Japan. Those are complete decks, and they have brand new unique VMAXs that aren't found elsewhere, but they are decks. You buy the deck, it is a complete deck. These are not complete decks. You get a set of 4 cards in the V-Union pack, you then get a supporter, and you get 6 packs of, 3 packs of Skyscraping Perfect, and 3 packs of Blue Sky Stream. They are Sword and Shield 7 over in Japan. It is another double set. We've been seeing a bunch of double sets coming out of Japan lately. I believe Sword and Shield 7 will be the 3rd in a row. I think 5, 6, and 7 have all been double sets. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer to see them, which is a little bit sad, and wait a little bit longer for them to come out. But I did think this was worth covering. It is important news. It is big news. There is nothing in the Pokemon trading card game right now that is unrevealed that we know is coming as exciting as V-Union Pokemon. We have been told that both Rayquaza VMAX and Duraludon VMAX and Sword and Shield 7, we've been told by Pokemon that they are going to be competitively on the same level as Eternatus VMAX. And that to me is not as exciting as seeing what V-Union is, what V-Union are. I don't know the correct words. Point is, I want to see Pokemon. I want to see. Now, the other piece of news, and this is extremely good news, and this is a kind of thing I've been saying pretty much all along, supply of Shining Fates is starting to really blow up. Shining Fates is coming back in a big way, and look, I'm sorry to be that guy, and I don't say it often, but I am going to say it just this once, and I'll try not to say it again for a while. I told you so. And again, when I say things like I told you so, I'm not saying, yay, look at me, I'm so clever. I'm saying, yeah, this was obvious and inevitable. This was always going to happen. So the lovely Stephen Kent, he of Playscape Games, has gone and told me today, and here is what I've been told. Just had confirmation of a huge ton of Shining Fates Elite Trainer boxes arriving over the next 2 weeks. Like 2019 stock levels. Now that's 2 years ago, and if you remember 2 years ago, we didn't have the gigantic scalping problem we have nowadays. You could generally waltz into stores and buy what you wanted. So I asked Stephen if I could quote him and if I could have a little bit more information. He said, can't say exact numbers, but more than 200 coming in over the next 3 weeks. Now, of course, Stephen is a lovely dude and does run Playscape Games, and Playscape Games is going to be one of the places you can go and buy these Elite Trainer boxes. Now, just to be clear, I'm not affiliated with Playscape Games, I'm not an employee of them, I'm not paid by them. I am naming the website because, firstly, Stephen's cool, I like Stephen, and secondly, Stephen gave me the information, and thirdly, doesn't sell above RRP, because you know my thing. And that leads me to my next point. Over the next couple weeks, as these come into stock, you are going to be seeing a whole bunch of online sellers selling them for RRP. That was selling them above RRP when they first came out a couple of months ago. And I told you at the time, and I'm asking you again now, please, please, please remember the stores that didn't rip you off when these launched initially back, I want to say, in February. Go and buy from the stores that were selling at RRP then. Even if you couldn't get them at RRP then, even if they were sold out, please, please give your love and your money to the stores that were selling at RRP at the time. MSRP over in the US. Because you know what? I have had a bunch of emails from people lately going, hey, I have seen X big online seller. They are selling at RRP now, and my response to all of them is, that's great, I'm glad they're selling at RRP, but they are only selling at RRP now because they have to, because stock has recovered. They are not selling at RRP because they're being nice. They are doing it now because they know that other stores have enough stock that if they sell above RRP, no one will buy them. They charged above when they could, and now they're only bringing the price down because they can't rip you off anymore. Although, one more time, the usual disclaimer, not every shop that is sold above RRP is ripping you off. If you think your store is trying to rip you off, ask them honestly. If they tell you, look, we're really sorry, cost distributor, and they explain it to you, they're probably not ripping you off. If they say eBay price, market price, going rate, or words to that effect, what they're really saying is, we can charge more than RRP, so we're going to because we want to make extra money at your expense. Those are shops that I don't think we should be supporting moving forward. They took advantage when they could, and they will do it again. They've already shown us. But the great news is, if you are one of those people that has been looking for a Shining Fates Elite Trainer box since they came out and has been unable to buy them, oh, there is a huge restock coming in the next couple of weeks, and that means that even the shops that want to rip you off are not going to be able to. Back on the 18th of February, these were selling for £90. In the UK, the RRP is £52.50. That's what I paid. Even in the last couple of days, they're down to 60, 65 quid. You are going to start seeing them in the UK for £52.50, because everywhere's going to have stock, and if the couple of shops that are trying to sell above RRP are trying to sell above RRP, everyone's just going to go somewhere else, and this is wonderful news. Pokémon told us that they were going to keep reprinting, and I told you that this was inevitable, that this had to happen, and that Pokémon would do it because they would sell and make money. This is proof, and not for the last time, that they weren't lying or misleading us. Pokémon really are going to keep reprinting these high in-demand products, and they will keep putting stock out there until it's not worth scalping. And I, for one, am absolutely delighted, and I'm assuming a whole bunch of you guys are too. So get in touch with your local game stores, email your favourite online seller, whoever, ask them if Playscape Games is getting 200 in over the next couple of weeks. It is very likely that everybody else is, unless they've not bothered putting an order in, which sounds like a silly mistake. Oh, and a quick disclaimer, just in case this wasn't clear. Obviously, I am talking about UK stock. I am talking about Asmodee, because they are the people that distribute to the UK. Please be aware that not every distributor might get the stock. It would be weird, frankly, if one distributor in the UK got a whole bunch of extra stock and other distributors didn't. That is generally not the way businesses tend to run, where they give all the stock to one distributor and leave everyone else hanging. But there is a chance, so like I've said, talk to your local game store and try and find out. It is also worth bearing in mind that this may be the last of the stock for the Elite Trainer boxes, but essentially, since they were initially released in February, there's been new stock coming in all the time. There have been a dozen different times I have seen them for sale at our MSRP in various places. So essentially, it's gotten to the point now where stock has kept coming in and kept coming in and kept coming in, and the price has been going down and down even for resale. And now it's kind of like one last push, that should be it. There's no guarantee that they won't be coming back, but bearing in mind here, we are a few months out from the initial release. This is a big restock after lots of little restocks. This could be the last of them. But again, it's a big enough restock that shouldn't matter. Having said that, remember how Hidden Fates got a restock 18 months after it was first printed? Never say never, ladies and gentlemen. So now it's over to you guys. Give me your predictions for V-Union. Tell me how sad you are that it's been delayed. But now then, tell me how happy you are that stock is coming in for Shining Fates. And we can now go and get them so much more easy than we could before. And life is good. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.